Something we've introduced into our everyday tools and kit being in the field team is a pay and go phone, just a simple cheap pay and go phone. We call it like a burner phone. One that's not registered to any network, because using data SIM cards in the field in your ATS22 or your Micrometos, being data, they often get a lot of messages from the provider, which can sometimes block the network. So in our case in the UK, we use a lot of Vodafone, and you get a lot of incomplete kind of text messages. And I believe on a data SIM card, you're allowed, I think it's about 60 messages. And then what happens is it blocks the network. So if you're in the field and you're trying to do a test on a Micrometos or on an ATS22, and the test isn't going through, one of the reasons is probably because the text messages that are just automatically sent via your provider is blocking the path for a successful test. We use these phones for three main reasons. That's one of them. The other one is to see if the SIM card is registered, because this phone will actually tell you if it's invalid. If it comes up invalid, there is like a 95% chance that the SIM card isn't registered from your provider, which is a quick and simple phone call to the provider to get them to register the SIM card, and then you're back up and running. And the third main reason why we use these is we're often in areas where the phone signal is very poor, and the ATS22 and the Micrometos, although are quite good in poor areas, there are occasions where they do struggle sometimes, and it's difficult when you're setting up to get a successful test. This is a real quick way of testing the signal strength, because these old pay and go phones are actually quite good because they don't have any technology like the smartphones, so all their power goes through to producing decent signal strength. So we use the SIM card, we take the SIM card out of the ATS22 or the Micrometos, and we quickly put it into one of these phones, and then we can quickly perform these three tests. Takes literally like probably a minute and a half, just to double check, and it's just to eliminate silly few problems that can occur which will stop your progress. So basically we just take the SIM out like this. The phone just doesn't really matter as long as it's a network free pay and go. Just lift the battery out. This one's quite handy because it actually has two options you can put SIM cards in, plus its own SIM card, and then just plug SIM card in, put the battery back in, right way around. Now this might not power up because I'm in a container, but you'll get the gist. So it'll say there, I've put it in slot 1, it's searching. If it comes up with invalid, we know that it is an unregistered SIM. It's saying emergency, which is good because you know that it's registering the SIM card, but it's saying emergency because I'm in here with poor signal anyway. And then obviously at the top left here, it gives us a signal strength, which you'll be able to then work out your signal strength is fine. And then to the right of this, so where that padlock has just popped up, is where the message, it'll come up with like a speech bubble, which will tell you you've got messages on there, and you just literally go into the text messaging and clear them out. Just delete all, and it just clear it all out, and then it basically just frees up the network. It is as simple as that. Like I said, we're getting no signal here because I'm inside a container, but it's a very effective and cheap, quick way of just checking a few basic things before you actually configuring your DTU when you're on site.